So straight off the bat, when it comes to shiny object syndrome, I need to let you know that you may be tempted to leave this video and not be focused and stay all the way until the end. But by doing so, removing the distractions that you have right now and being focused on this, at least you can start to train the brain, train yourself for self-discipline. And that's really what I want to teach you in this video, because I understand what it feels like to be in that place where you're so distracted by everything, and then you're not actually achieving what you want. You don't feel successful. You're not actually moving forward and getting through to the next level. And so I'm going to break it down for you today so that you can understand it and then give you some practical things that you can do moving forward. So I know that you want to be focused. I know that you want to be more disciplined, and we're going to get there. I'm going to help you get there. So what I need to talk about is the subconscious mind. We've got the head, right, up in the head, and then we've got being centered and grounded in the space of our heart and being in access to our intuition. And so when everything is running quickly, everything is erratic and compulsive and random, and we have scatterbrain and we're doing this and we're doing that, we're not actually completing tasks, it's because the ego, or the false self, the part of us that wants to self-sabotage for lots of different reasons. I'll cover that in another video. And then we've got our true self, who we really are. So I want you to know that your true self, essentially your essence of who you are, is not going to sabotage you, but your ego, your false self, the version of you that wants to sabotage, is going to create all of these distractions to take you away from the thing that you get to do to be successful. So the question then becomes, how do we start to go from this erratic, fast pace to slow everything down, to be grounded in the place of our heart, and really to be in this place of presence? Because one thing I know to be true from my journey and from coaching so many different entrepreneurs and business owners is that the secret to focus is presence. When we are not in the past, when we are not jumping into the future, but we're present in the moment, and therefore we create something to do and then we complete it all the way to the end, and we have that self-discipline. But by nature of being, for example, an entrepreneur or someone who has a lot of work to do, and being in the Western world with so many distractions, there's so many things pulling us in different directions. And so we need to create that self-discipline of saying, no, I'm going to put that to one side because this is my calling. This is what I've been called to do. So how do we access that calling where we're using our intuition, and we're being pulled towards that thing that we know we need to do? We need to start to shut everything out. That's why meditation is key. Why? Because we slow everything down, we shut everything out, and then we are forced to go inward. And the trouble is, a lot of people don't want to do that because it's about feeling. But when we go inward and we start to access our feeling, and we start to shift our energy, we start to, slow everything down. It's like a fish tank, right? We've got all of this kind of mental junk. And then the more that we meditate through our consistency and the depth of which we go in our meditation, that fish tank, which is kind of cloudy, then starts to just get more and more calm, more and more relaxed, and it becomes clear. In that clearness, then we can start to see and sense the clear path without fear, without self-judgment, without the limitations. And when we don't have that, then we're going to take action. Then we're going to move towards that which we are being pulled towards, versus, oh, I'm just going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Oh, now someone's got an idea for this and I'm going to go that way. And it's actually, we're not in control of ourselves. Something, an outside force, is controlling us. So this is all about you regaining your power. But you're not going to regain your power if you've got so much up in your head and it's creating all of these distractions. Now, typically, if you're more analytical, this can actually be a bigger challenge. If you are more tapped into your intuition, and we can develop that, you're going to have less distractions because you're going to be able to go into that place of intuition, that inner guidance system, that inner GPS. So during this video, I don't want to just educate you, but I also want you to reflect. I want you in this moment, and you can post into the comments when you become aware of it. I want you to really sit with and think, why do I really distract myself? A question like this is so powerful. Why do I really distract myself? I want you to sit with that and come up with the answer, because the ego won't want to do that. The false self won't want to ask that question because it's going to destroy it. But by sitting with the question, why do I really distract myself? You may come up with an answer like, I distract myself because I'm scared of being truly successful, or I want to distract myself because I don't really know if it's going to work out or not. I use this example with entrepreneurs who write books, and I say to them, you've been spending all of these years writing this book and it's still not out yet. Why is it not out yet? And oftentimes I get the answer around, well, I'm just kind of a perfectionist. And I use this example. I say, let's just say that Oprah said, hey, I want you to be on my show, and it's going to be in 6 months' time, and I need you to have your book because I want to talk about it. Well, two things are going to come up. You're either going to get the book complete because there's enough leverage there to complete it, or you're going to completely self-sabotage it because you don't feel good enough to be there. So we've got two things to work on here. We've got either the completion of it, and the drive is going to be there to complete it, because now you're going to be more certain that actually you're going to get featured on Oprah and the book's going to be a success. Or we get to deal with the self-sabotage of the not feeling good enough. And what happens is, if it's around not feeling good enough, typically it's going to be because we're so focused, you or I or anyone I've been in this situation, we're so focused on it being about us versus other people. You see, even if we write that book and it just helps one person to change their life, isn't it worth completing it? But we get so wrapped up in our own self, the false self, of the stories that we create around it's not going to be a success. And if it does come out, what are people going to think? And people are going to say bad things about it. And all of that is self-sabotage, avoiding us from the events in our past, which are coming into the present moment and shutting us down. And so the big reason why we self-sabotage, and a big reason why we have shiny object syndrome, is because we are distracting ourselves from feeling the things from the past that need to be resolved, so that we can actually be focused and disciplined and actually get that feeling inside of, me growing that business feels good to me. Now I'm going to move forward and I'm actually going to complete the task to get there. And I'm going to do that with a level of confidence. I'm going to do that with a level of certainty. And the other things around me that are trying to distract me, I'm going to become acutely aware that that is taking me off my path of what my highest calling and what I'm aligned to do in this world. Now, we all do it from time to time. And when in myself, what I notice in myself is that when I am going from this to that and I'm not in alignment with what I'm doing, it's because I've got an overactive mind. It's because I'm not grounded in myself. It's because I haven't meditated. And so I really need to emphasize this, which is about meditation and then the consistency of meditation, and to go deeper and deeper and deeper. You see, right now, either you're not meditating, you're meditating just when something stressful happens, or you are consistent and you're going deeper. And so what I teach my clients to do is to create a discipline of meditation. And I need you to start to link meditation to being successful and to being focused and to manifesting money and to achieving the relationship that you want and the connection with yourself that you want. All of these things versus the associations that you might have. Because if you start to do this, you'll create a higher desire to meditate and close everything out and come inward, so that you can be more focused. Because meditation opens the doorway and it opens the window to how you're going to be feeling in the future. So when we close everything out and come inward, we're going to help ourselves to be more present, which equals more focus. So start meditating and go into consistency. Now, if you want a 7-day meditation challenge I've put together for you, if you're an entrepreneur, if you are someone who wants to focus on performance for your career, if you are a leader, then you can go to simonlovell.com/all fired up. And it's a 7-day meditation challenge to help you to get focused, to help you to get self-disciplined, and to help you to perform, because performance is about taking action. And if you have shiny object syndrome, it is because you're not fully taking action on something and completing it. But what you're doing is you're getting these little hits, and these little hits give you a little feeling which feel better maybe than the thing that actually you're going to have to do to be successful. And I need to remind you that the journey of success is not always going to feel good. The journey of success is going to have difficult, challenging emotions. Why? Because you've not done it before. You've not done that thing before. So I'm here to help you and support you on this journey if you are committed to being the best that you can be so that you can achieve the things that you want to. And I will see you in another video. Take it easy.